Hi, this is Helen. I just finished filming the Summer Solstice Vinyasa flow class. I hope you like it. It's more of an intermediate flow with a lot of twists and some arm balances as well. But see how you get on. You can always modify, and remember, if you never leave your comfort zone, you never leave your comfort zone. Please subscribe if you haven't already and share this video with anyone that you may think would like it. I hope you have a wonderful summer and thank you so much for practicing with me. I truly appreciate it. Welcome to this class for the summer solstice. We'll start at the top of the mat, so bring the feet around hip distance apart. Ground down into all four corners of the feet. Release the arms by the sides with the palms facing forward, shoulders are back and down. Close the windows of the eyes. Chin is parallel to the floor, and just start to center in on your breathing. Imagine you're standing under a sun-filled sky, and you can feel the warm rays gently touching your body. Listen to the sounds of nature all around, and just say a silent thank you to the sun and all the abundance it brings to our earth. So in the northern hemisphere, the summer solstice occurs when the sun travels along its northernmost path in the sky. It's the start of astronomical summer and results in the day that receives the longest period of sunlight hours. This class will celebrate the energy and power of the sun through poses that fire up the core and build strength in the body and mind. It's an opportunity for you to harness the energy and power that you have within. Summer is a time of abundance and doing and being. And there is nothing more revitalizing and inspiring than a sunshine-filled day. Bring the palms together at the chest. And on an inhale, raise the arms up to the sky, full body stretch. And as you exhale, fold forward at the waist, bringing the hands down to either the shins or the floor. Knees can be bent. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, descend. Inhale, rise all the way back up to the sky. Palms to chest. Inhale, palms lift to the sky. Exhale, forward fold from the waist. Palms come down to the earth or the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, palms lift to the sky, back to the chest. Inhale, palms lift to the sky and circle the left wrist with the right fingertips, leaning over to the right for a lateral side bend. Keeping the body on the side plane. Grounding down into that left foot, and inhale back to center. Exhale over to the other side, grabbing the right wrist with the left hand, keeping the weight in the right foot. And inhale, come back to center. Again, over to the right, stretching out that left side body. Then inhale, come back to center, and exhale over to the left again, really stretching out the right side body. Feels so good. And inhale back to center. Bring the palms to the chest. Inhale the arms out to a T and exhale, twist round to the right. Keeping the arms level with the shoulders, trying to keep the pelvis facing forward so the twist comes from the mid-back. Inhale back to center, then over to the left, getting the movement coming from the spine. Inhale, return to center, twist one more time to the right. Inhale, return to the center, exhale over to the left, arms are still to a T. Inhale, return to center. Inhale, palms lift, and then open the arms into cactus, exposing the chest and the throat to the sky. As you exhale, round the upper body forward, bringing the hands forward like in a dive. Inhale, open the chest, cactus the arms. Exhale, rounding forward. Inhale, chest to the sky, cactus the arms. Exhale, round in the upper body forward. Inhale, chest and throat to the sky. Exhale, round in the body forward. And bring the palms back to the chest. Inhale, palms lift to the sky, and exhale, forward fold. Body comes down. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step back, plank. Lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Few breaths here. So we'll start to salute the sun with sun salutation A, variation. And then inhale, step forward to forward fold, halfway lift, descend the body, and inhale, palms come up, palms to the chest. Inhale, palms lift to the sky. Exhale, forward fold from the waist. Inhale, halfway lift, and then step back to plank. Lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Feet are around hip distance, hands around shoulder distance apart, whatever's good for your body. And then look forward, step up, forward fold. Come all the way back up, palms to the sky, palms to chest. Inhale, palms lift to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and then step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, over the toes, downward facing dog. Breathe here, reconnect. Upper back is wide. Equal weight in the hands. Heels are descending. And then jump or step forward, forward fold. Inhale, palms come back up to the sky, palms to chest. Again, inhale, palms to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. So if you're jumping back in chaturanga, always land with bent elbows. You can always step back and lower as well, whatever's good for your body. And then bend the knees, jump forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, palms to the sky, palms to chest. Sun salutation B. Inhale, bend the knees. Chair pose, arms to the sky, plant the hands. Halfway lift, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward between the hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, long breath down, plant the hands, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps up. Inhale, come up, warrior one. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe here. So sun salutation B is a bit more energizing. It can take a while to get the breaths right. If you have to breathe more when you come down from warrior one, that's perfectly fine. Do what's good for your body. Then step or jump forward, forward fold. Inhale, come up, chair pose. Exhale, palms to chest. Again, inhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps up, warrior one, palms to the sky. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps up, warrior one. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Reconnect. Feel your heart beating. Keep the upper back wide. Ears between the biceps. And then bend the knees and step or jump forward. Halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose. Palms to the chest. Again, bend the knees, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or jump back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps up between the hands. Come up, warrior one. Exhale, palms to the earth, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps up, warrior one. Exhale, palms to the earth, step back. Lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Time to pause and breathe, reconnect. Feel your heart beating. Equal weight in both hands. Upper back is wide, core is engaged. And then exhale, bend the knees, step or jump up. Forward fold, bend the knees, come up, chair pose, palms to chest. And just stay here for a moment, reconnecting, maybe close the eyes. Tuning into the breath, feeling the connection with the earth. And then inhale, palms to the sky, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. And exhale, right foot steps up between the hands. Keeping on the back toe, come up, high lunge, palms to the sky. A few breaths here. Pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. Front ribs are in, core is engaged, back leg straight and strong. Front knee over front ankle. Shoulders are relaxed. Then bring the palms to the chest, lift the left elbow and hook it on the outside of the right thigh. Gazing point is over the right elbow. You can bring the knee down if this is a bit too much. Keeping that core engaged. And exhale, bring the body back to the center. Plant the hands, left hand under left shoulder, and reach the right arm to the sky for an easy twist. Trying to keep the hips parallel to the earth. And then step back into side plank on the left side. So you can stack the feet, stagger the feet, or even bring the left knee down. Keeping the obliques engaged. And then exhale, bring that right hand down. Lower chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky, exhale, left foot steps up, come up, high lunge. Left hip pulls back, right hip forward, arms straight and strong to the sky. Core engaged, shoulders relaxed, even breathing. Bring the palms to the chest. Right elbow lifts, then hooks over that left knee. Remember, you can always bring the back knee down if this is a bit too tough for you. Keeping the upper back wide, twist from the waist, even breathing. Bring the body back to the center, plant the right hand under the right shoulder, then left arm to the sky. An easy twist. Breathing here, juicing up that core. And then keeping the right arm planted, step the left foot back, side plank, side B. Shoulders are stacked. Right obliques are engaged. Legs can be stacked or staggered. And then exhale, left hand comes down, rock forward to plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, right leg to the sky, right foot steps up. Come up, a high lunge. Palms to the sky, core and ribs are in. Breathing here, right knee over right ankle. And then lean forward for airplane lunge. So this is juicing up the core a little bit more, strengthening the legs. And then inhale the arms forward, so you're leaning out of the waist. This is a bit much. You can always keep the arms by the sides. Really strengthen the lower body here and activating the core. Then bring the palms to the chest, prayer twist towards the right. Keep breathing, keeping that core in. Fixed gazing point helps in this pose. Then bring the body back to the center, plant the hands, and step back again to side plank on the left side. Maybe this time you lift the left leg. You don't have to. Really zip up that core. And then plant the right hand. Keep the right leg lifted and come into three-legged chaturanga. An upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot steps up, high lunge. Really ground down into that front heel. Knee is over the ankle. Arms straight and strong. Left hip pulling back, right hip coming forward. Then lean forward out of the waist for aeroplane lunge with the arms extended behind. Really strengthen the core and the legs here. Even breathing. And then inhale the arms forward, reaching out of the waist. This is a bit more intense, but I believe you can do this. And then bring the palms to the chest, twisting over to the left again. So hooking that arm, the right arm on the outside of the left knee. Remember, the back knee can always come down in this pose. And then return the body to center. We'll move to side plank on the right again. So right arm underneath right shoulder, left arm lifted. Stacking the legs and then maybe lifting the left leg. Breathe in here. And keeping that left leg lifted, come forward into plank. Lower three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a free breath. Reconnect. Recenter. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot steps up. Come up, warrior two. So heel to arch alignment. Front knee over front ankle. Hips are level. Arms to a T, gazing point over that front hand, middle finger. Shoulders are relaxed. Breathing here, then inhale, flip the front palm and reach back for warrior two. Reverse warrior, sorry. Keeping that front knee bent. Maybe the left hand on the back of the left leg. Then inhale, come back up. We'll move into side angle pose. So you can bring the right elbow to the right thigh, reaching out the left side of the waist, or you can bring the hand down to a block or to the floor. Long line of energy from the tip of the left fingers to the left foot. Inhale, back up to warrior two, and we'll move into twisted side angle. So you've still got warrior two legs, so the back heel is planted, twisting to the right. If this is too much, you can always rotate the back foot and come into a twisted lunge. Then plant the hands, step back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, right foot steps up, come up, warrior two. Few breaths here. Really strengthening pose, makes you feel so empowered and strong, like a warrior. Then inhale, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, keeping that left knee bent. It does have a tendency to straighten in this pose. Inhale, come back up, side angle pose. So you can bring the elbow to the thigh, reaching out of the right side of the waist. Maybe the hand comes to the floor or a block, whatever feels good for your body. Breathing here. Then inhale, come back up to warrior two. We'll move into twisted side angle. So keeping that back heel flat, lift the right elbow and hook it over the left thigh. So remember, if this is too much, you can always rotate on the back foot so you come onto the toes. This is quite a deep twist and it is actually harder than it looks. Then return the body to center, plant the hands, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Reconnecting. Centering. Inhale, right leg to the sky, and exhale, right foot steps up between the hands. Come up into high lunge. Palms come to the chest. Twisting again. Inhale, that left arm, hook it over the right thigh. So you can stay here, or you can split the arms by placing the left hand on the floor and the right arm to the sky, or you can bind. So if you're binding, it's the bottom hand that does the grabbing. This again is quite an intense twist, and it's a balance as well. Get that fixed gazing point. And then come out the way you went in, always returning the body to neutral before you come up. Then inhale, come back up, high lunge. Arms to a T. We'll move into twisted reverse lunge. So the right arm comes on the back of the left thigh, reaching out of that left waist. And inhale back to center. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Second side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot steps up, come up, high lunge. Arms to the sky, core is in, ribs are in. Palms to the chest. Inhale, that right arm, elbow to the sky, and then hook on the outside of the left knee. Maybe splitting the arms, maybe binding. Breathe in here, widen the shoulders, engage in that core, reaching out of the waist. Steady mind, steady breath. Then come out the way you went in, return the body to neutral, then come up to high lunge. Arms to a T, then twisting towards the left, bringing the left hand on the back of the right thigh, reaching out the right side of the waist, lengthening that side body. Inhale, return to the middle, and then plant the hands, step back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. We'll start to do some core work here. So inhale, right leg to the sky, exhale, forward to plank, then knee to forehead. Inhale, back, three-legged dog. Again, knee comes into the forehead, three-legged dog. One more time, knee to forehead, three-legged dog. Then right knee, right elbow, three-legged dog. Then right knee, right elbow, drop to the wrist, lift back up to the elbow, drop to the wrist, lift back up to the elbow, drop to the wrist, elbow, then back up, three-legged dog, and release, downward facing dog. Second side, easy side, left leg lifts, bring it to the forehead, inhale, left leg lifts, knee to forehead, left leg lifts, knee to the forehead, three-legged dog. Then left knee, left elbow, drop it down, left knee, left elbow, down to the wrist, elbow, wrist, elbow, wrist, lift back up, three-legged dog, and then release the foot. Reconnect here, then bring the knees down and just take a break off of the wrists, maybe roll them out, reflect, and then we'll plant the hands again and come back to downward facing dog. Now move to strengthen the arms. So inhale, the right leg goes up to the sky. Exhale, forward, right knee, right elbow, keep it there. Chaturanga, step the right foot back, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, left leg lifts, left knee, left upper arm, keep it there. Lower chaturanga, step the left foot back, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Reconnect. Then bend the knees and jump forward into Malasana. So the feet come outside the hands. Lower the seat, pressing the elbows into the inner thighs, inner knees. Chest lifts. Palms to prayer. Keeping the upper back wide. Enjoying this hip stretch. Then we'll do some Malasana squats, so keeping the arms where they are. On an inhale, the seat lifts so the back is parallel, and then lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and then straighten the legs. So a little bit of thigh work there. So we're all warmed up now for crow pose. So planting the hands directly underneath the shoulders, elbows are coming inwards, so make sure your triceps are going back. Bring the knees up on the backs of the arms, near the armpits. Lean the body forward, maybe lifting the toes. This is a counterbalance. Maybe jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So when you do the jump back, you've just really got to go for it and believe and trust in yourself. And exhale, bend the knees and jump forward and just bring the knees down to the earth. So we work on side crow here. A couple of variations. So just start to center in, then rock back onto the toes and bring the knees together, palms to chest, and we're moving to ball of yarn. So you can round forward over the knees, come into this little balance, making yourself as small and compact as possible, which is a key to this pose. And then balance on the toes. Reach back with the right arm so it's down on the floor behind you, and lift the left arm to the sky. So you're really stretching out this left side waist. And then return to this little toe stand. Center in, get your balance, palms to chest. And then again, reach back with the right hand, lift the left arm up and hook it over the outside of the right knee. So we'll do the first version with just the weight all on the left arm. So come into this little ball and just play around with shifting the weight forward without lifting the toes. So this is a counterbalance. The more you bring the body forward, the easier it is. So just play with shifting, and this might be your position. Maybe you can lift the feet off the floor. So the face comes quite forward here. Balancing and believing. So that's version 1. Version 2 might be more accessible. So as the weight comes on both elbows. So balancing forward and then release down. Come back to the center. We'll do the second side. So first of all, start in this little toe balance, and then the left arm will reach behind and reach the right arm up, really stretching out that right side body. Come back to center. Then again, left arm reaches behind, lift that right arm up, and then twist over to the left, hooking that right arm and the left arm, getting the elbows in and your wrists underneath the shoulders. First of all, put all the weight on this right arm, so you're hooking the left knee, coming forward, playing around with the counterbalance, maybe lifting the feet. And then release down. And then the second version is using both elbows. So just reconvene. Remember, hands planted underneath shoulders, elbows are in. Pulling them in tight, getting the strength. And then maybe you can come forward, lifting both feet. And then release down. Come back to the center. And we'll just move into hero pose here. Reconnect. So the thighs are internally rotated here. Sitting in between the ankles. If that's too much, you can sit on a block. Remember here the thigh moves as one whole unit with the knee, so it's an internal rotation of the thigh rather than torquing the knee. Maybe you can release all the way down. So it's really opening up the front body. We did a lot of scrunching forward. So just use this time here to reflect. Maybe you got into the balance, maybe you didn't. It doesn't matter. I was quite pleased with myself that I managed to do it, because you can't see this, but I'm actually on a slope here and the grass is very lumpy and uneven. So just take a moment to reflect, reconnect with your breath, treating whether or not you achieve the pose or not with equanimity. Lay here for a few moments more, just breathing, enjoying this front body stretch. Feeling the support of the earth. And then when you're ready, slowly come up using the elbows and come back up. And guess what? We're going to do another version, this one with the split legs. So come back into this little toe stand. Center in. On an inhale, the right arm will lift up to the sky and then release back. Lift that left arm up, then hook it over the right knee. So the knee and the hip will be on both elbows for this version, stacking the elbows directly above the wrists, underneath the shoulders, and then maybe stretching both legs out straight as they can, and then come back. Mine didn't look very pretty, but that's cool. And then we'll do the other side. So lifting that right arm up, hooking it over the left knee. So the left hip is on the left elbow, left knee on right elbow, coming forward for the counterbalance. That is the trick here. Your face does have to come quite forward, and then maybe extending both legs out into a split. And then coming back to center. When you're done, just step forward to downward facing dog and take one last vinyasa, rocking forward to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, wiping that slate clean, letting it all go, and exhale, downward facing dog, and then jump forward to seated for a little bit of core work. So we'll come into boat pose. So sitting on the sit bones. This grass was a bit lumpy here and I was sitting right on a lump, so I had to move a little bit. So lifting the arms and the legs, keeping the knees bent, shoulders plugged into the sockets. You can hold on to the backs of the legs or extend the arms forward. Maybe lift the right leg straight, and then the left, then back to this bent knee legs, and then maybe straighten the legs. You can keep them bent, and then we'll lower into low boat, then inhale, come back up, exhale, lower, come back up. You can always do this with bent legs. Lower, come back up, lower, come back up, exhale, lower, come back up. Bend the knees and just lean forward and reflect. So I was told you should do as many of those as your age. So I would have to do 51, which I'm not going to do, maybe on another day. So move back into seated staff, the legs extended, the feet flexed, hands by the hips. And we'll just work on opening the front of the body because that was a little bit tough on the hip flexors. So come into this upward facing plank with bent knees. You can do the straight-legged version. Just opening the hip flexors here, stretching out the front body, and then release the seat down. Pull the flesh of the buttocks back. Inhale the arms to the sky, feet are flexed, and exhale, tip forward from the waist and coming into Paschimottanasana, forward fold, descending over those legs, keeping them active, never worrying about how far forward you come. Maybe you grab the outsides of the feet or the toes. Your hands can be on the floor or on the legs, anywhere where they reach. This is stretching out the lower back, stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system. Then when ready, inhale and come back up to seated. So move into Janu Sirsasana. So bend the left knee, left foot on the inside of the right thigh, allowing the knee to fall out to the side. Inhale, lift the arms up and extend forward over the right leg. Maybe grabbing the right foot, maybe not. Maybe bringing the head to the knee, maybe not. All that matters here is that you feel a stretch in your body. It doesn't matter if you get your head to your knee or not. Then we'll move into Marichyasana A. So bring the left foot flat to the floor. Inhale the left arm forward and reach inside that left knee. Maybe binding the hands behind. Body coming over the right leg, keeping the shoulders parallel. Breathe in here. Long, even breaths. Should have about a fist distance between the left foot and the right thigh. And coming back up, just crossing that left foot over the right thigh, and we'll come into a twist. So lift the right arm to the sky and then twist round to the left, hooking the elbow. Using that left hand behind to support the spine. Inhaling and lengthening, exhaling and twisting. Then return to the center, and we'll do the second side. So Janu Sirsasana, right leg, bending the right knee, reaching out the waist and leaning forward over that left leg, maybe grabbing the foot, hands can be on the floor, descending forward, surrendering, letting go, keeping that left leg active. Long, even breathing. And inhale, come up. Marichyasana A, second side. Right foot planted to the floor. Lift the right arm up and then extend forward. Maybe binding behind. You can always just grab the clothing or use a belt if the bind isn't within your reach. Keeping both shoulders parallel to the floor. Descending over that left leg. Even breath. Then come up. Cross that right foot over the left leg and then twisting towards the right, hooking that left elbow, keeping the spine straight. As you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, maybe twist a little bit more. Even breaths. Just resetting here, reconnecting. Then return to the center, release the leg, and we'll come into butterfly pose, bound angle. So grabbing both feet, keeping the heels squeezed together, releasing the legs and the knees out to the side, keeping the spine straight and coming forward. So you may only come a few degrees forward, like me, but the movement is coming from the hip joint. So you're rolling through the hip joint here. You can use the elbows on the inside of the legs to give yourself a little bit of leverage. The key to this pose is pushing the heels together. Now we'll come forward, and this time allowing the back to round, so the head coming down. My head may reach your feet. Mine doesn't, but that's okay. And then inhale, come back up to seated. Use the strength of the hands to bring the knees together. And then release down onto the back. We'll work on some back bends. So planting the feet underneath the knees, lift the hips and come into bridge pose. So upper back is wide, the upper arms are flat to the earth. Using the strength of the backs of the legs, stretching out those hip flexors, and then release down. You can do bridge again, or if it's within your practice, Urdhva Dhanurasana. So planting the hands by the shoulders, Inhaling, coming up to the top of the head, reconnecting with your hands and your elbows, and then pushing up. Maybe walking the hands in a little bit and breathe in here. So this is actually a standing pose. So if you're moving your limbs to deepen it, you move the hands closer to the feet. Even breaths. And then when you're ready, gently release down. Just allow the back to settle here for a moment. Don't bring the knees into the chest. Just keep them where they are. And we'll do another urdhva or another bridge, whatever's in your practice. Maybe this time you get a little bit deeper. Planting the hands by the shoulders, coming up to the top of the head, resetting your base, and then inhale, lift all the way to the sky. Opening the entire front body here. Chest is vertical, arms are as straight as possible. Equal balance in the feet and the hands. Long, even breaths, just releasing the head down. No tension in the neck. Lengthening that lower back. And then exhale, come down. Release the palms to the sky and just windscreen wiper the legs from side to side. This really helps just resetting the spine after that deep extension. And then just stay here for a moment in constructive rest, allowing the knees to knock in and support each other with the feet flat to the earth. Spend a moment reflecting. These back bends are so energizing and exhilarating. Really stimulating the whole of the front body, the heart chakra, anahata. Often feel a lot of energy all around the chest region after these back bends. Then we'll move into inverted lake pose or Viparita Karani. If you have a block, you can put it underneath your sacrum. Bring the legs up to the sky. If you're inside and you have a wall, you can always do this against a wall. This is such a wonderful regenerating pose, allowing all the lymph to flow down. Really helps to revitalize the body. This is great if you've had a long day on your feet. It's such a restorative pose. And just stay here for a moment reflecting on the class. This has been quite an intense practice. We need both the yin and the yang in our lives. These strengthening poses are so great to build bone density, but we also need moments of restoration. And then from here we'll move into our final relaxation. So you can move straight into Savasana. If your body is craving another pose, now is the time to do it. And then when you're ready, just release down. Allow the legs to flop open, feet to the side. Palms are facing up to the sky. Fingers gently curling towards the sun. Shoulders are snuggled down the back. The back of the neck is long, chin slightly tucked. You can close the eyes. Maybe if you have an eye pillow, you can place this over them. If you are using an eye pillow, shake the contents so they're along one of the seams, and then place that on the forehead so there's not too much pressure on your eyes. And just surrender and release into the support of the earth and let go. And I have a reading for you, which is an extract from Love, a Summer Solstice Blessing by Nell Aurelia. May I return always to my birthright of joy. May I know I am love. May all beings know they are too. May we return to knowing oneness, to rising, diving, spiraling in unity, May the sun light our hearts, and may our dreams be true. May we know simply, we are love, and anything is possible. Start to wiggle the fingers and toes coming back into the room. Maybe extending the hands overhead into a full body stretch. Then when you're ready, bring the knees in one by one into the chest. Maybe rock gently side to side on the sacrum. And then when you're ready, just fall over onto your favorite side. And keeping the eyes closed, gently push yourself up to a comfortable seat. Place your hands on your navel, your own inner fire, and maybe commit to something that you're going to focus on over the coming months. And bring the palms together at the third eye. Bring them down to the heart. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you've enjoyed this class, and I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Thank you.